Will somebody tell me if we're supposed to start the program?
Freeman hits the ball to right field.
Into right field. She is gone. Oh, what a pass. Doncic, perfection there on the assist.
A little magic from Doncic.
Stafford takes the shoulder, takes a shot downfield. It is caught by Nakua. He picked him on his shoulder and made the catch.
One of a kind player. One of a kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Diving in for the count. LeBron James at the buzzer.
This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights out. Butter's getting hard, the eggs are cooling, and the jello is jiggling.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to the LA Sports Roundup Podcast. My name is Mike Andrade. I'm your host, sitting here recording live Thursday, March 26, 2026. I hope you guys are having an amazing week so far. The Lakers have won 13 out of the last 14 games and are streaking hot towards the end of the regular season. The Dodgers are just beginning their quest for a three-peat and will start the regular season today against the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Rams. A little bit of news out of the Rams camp. They are going to be set to be playing the 49ers in September in Melbourne, Australia. But before we begin today's podcast, as always, guys, you can find us on all of our social medias on Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube, where you're listening to this right now, on Spotify, on Apple Podcast. At Lace 'em Up Sports is where you can find all of our content, guys. Please subscribe, like, follow us. You know, our numbers, they are what they are right now, and I appreciate every single one of you guys who are subscribed to our channels, that follow us on social media. And you know what, we need help continuing spreading the word of all of what we do here at Lace 'em Up Sports. So guys, continue to spread the word, tell your friends about this podcast, and make sure you're doing your part in liking, subscribing, and following us on all of our social media accounts. And if you are a fan of pro wrestling, guys, we have the podcast for you. Myself and my good friend Ryan Hernandez, we do a podcast called Wrestling with Ryan. It's kind of our flagship for Lace 'em Up Sports. Guys, if you love wrestling, this is the podcast for you. I can't say it no better way. Next week, we're going to be talking all things WrestleMania. We're going to be talking all things AEW. So if you're a big fan of pro wrestling, I demand that you listen to our podcast, Wrestling with Ryan and Mike. And again, you can find that on all of our social media channels. All right, so starting off the podcast today, the Lakers got a 137-130 victory over the Indiana Pacers last night, where the Lakers have won 13 out of their last 14 games. Last night, LeBron James contributed 23 points. Jake LaRavia got the start last night with 6 points. Jackson Hayes was also in the starting lineup, replacing DeAndre Ayton. He added 21 points, so a great showing for Jackson Hayes last night. Austin Reeves had 25, an impressive showing. And, of course, Luka Doncic, who's been on a tear, dropped in 43 points. So we're going to talk about Luka's extremely hot streak, but let's talk about the team for a second now. So like we have mentioned, the Lakers have turned into one of the hottest teams in the league over the last few weeks, and it has completely reshaped their season. They have gone 13-2 over the last 15 games, which is an amazing feat considering where we were at before the last 15 games. We were sitting in the dundulums of 6th place, 5th place. I mean, we were very concerned that the Lakers were going to end up in the NBA play-in tournament. That's where we thought we were going to be, and now it seems like the Lakers could very much wrap up the 3rd seed if they continue to just have a couple more wins heading down into the end of the regular. So let's recap these games in order here. It started with the loss on March 5th, where the Lakers continue just to look like they cannot gel together. I remember in that game, DeAndre Ayton had 0 points. LeBron James only had 16. Austin Reeves looked like he was struggling, and it just looked like this team was not coming together at the right parts. But then they got a win over the Indiana Pacers on March 6th, which was a much-needed win. And then on March 8th, on my birthday, they got a much-needed win, and a very impressive win as well. Then you go to March 10th. The Lakers got a very, very good win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, in which they put belt to ass over the Timberwolves in that game. You go to March 12th, where the Lakers beat the Bulls 142-130. And then we go to that classic game against the Nuggets where Luka Doncic hits that game winner. Even before that, that's where Austin Reeves gets that remarkable rebound at the free throw line and sends the game into overtime. A classic game against the Nuggets on a Saturday on ABC. And wow, everyone's going to remember that game, at least for the time being. Then we go to the Lakers start their road trip after that. The Lakers played the Houston Rockets twice, and then they get a very impressive win both times on the road. The first one, both teams couldn't score, but the Lakers eked it out. The second one, Luka Doncic was just completely on fire. And this is where you start to notice, man, this guy is really starting to turn it around. Let's look at the box score in that game. The second game against the Rockets, Luka had 40, and that's, again, that's where you start to notice, wow, this guy is playing amazing. And then, obviously, the Lakers played the Heat last Thursday, and my God, Luka goes for 60 points during that game. I remember I just released a podcast, I think, right before that, and I was talking about, the Lakers, they were going to sit these players, because it looked like on the scouting report or the injury report that these players are going to be sitting down. Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, it all said that they're going to be out. But then game time decisions come, and these players are playing because LeBron James decides he wants to play. So Luka goes for 60 in that game in an impressive fashion. And then we go to last Saturday. The Lakers get a freaking amazing win over the Orlando Magic, where Luke Kennard hits a game-winning three-pointer to seal the deal for the Lakers, in a game in which the Lakers had no business winning as well, but they ended up eking out that victory. Then we go to last Monday. The Lakers' 9-game winning streak is snapped against the Detroit Pistons in a game where the Lakers fought back. It looked like the Lakers could take that victory, but in the end it wasn't going to happen. And then we get to yesterday's game where the Lakers beat the Indiana Pacers 137-130. So what gives here? Why do you think the Lakers have turned it around all of a sudden? Because for majority of the stretch of the regular season, the Lakers looked like they were a middling 500 team. I mean, obviously they weren't 500 because they were at least 12 games over 500, but for 40 games, they were 500. They were going back and forth between losses, 2-game win streak, 3-game losing streak. It was not great. So what gives here? Why do you think the Lakers have been able to turn things around so fast and seemingly at a great point? I mean, if you're going to turn things around, there is no better point than where the Lakers are doing it right now. And I think it's for a couple reasons here. One, we can just look at it. Their offensive output has been incredible. They have that Luke Kennard trade has made such a big difference. I mean, again, does anybody miss Gabe Vincent? Absolutely not. Luke Kennard, I mean, yeah, he hasn't been quote-unquote lighting up the world on fire, but man, he has brought such a three-point threat to this team. It has been incredible to see, and the Lakers do not win that game against the Orlando Magic if that is Gabe Vincent in that spot. And we have had multiple comeback wins during this stretch. I mean, you look at the team right now, they are not quitting. They're not laying over. I can't remember the last time the Lakers really got stomped on, because it hasn't happened. Even though we've been down plenty during this stretch. I mean, we were down, 16 the other day against the Detroit Pistons, but the Lakers aren't taking that lightly, and they're coming back. I can't remember the last time the Lakers got stomped on and were embarrassed for the full 48 minutes, because it's been a while. It's been a good while since that's happened. And you just, you have strong contributions from guys like DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart, who have very much figured out their roles on this team. DeAndre Ayton, he was just a month ago was talking about they're making me into Clint Capella, but he has seemingly taken on this role of being a rim roller, a protective guy inside. Look at the defense he played on Jokic during that Saturday matchup a couple weeks ago. I mean, that was incredible. The block he had on him during that, I believe it was down the stretch in overtime with 30 seconds left. He had a major block on Jokic, and it was incredible to watch. So he has figured out his role. Marcus Smart is just being impressive out there. He is really taking on this role. I think he's really taking on this almost Ron Artest, Derek Fisher type role within this team where you can count on him in the clutch to make the right play, to make the right pass, and to make a deep clutch shot as well. And it seems like everyone in this rotation is pretty much producing at a rate where it's viable for this team to keep winning. And then you got to give it your tip your hat to LeBron James for opening himself up into figuring out his role on this team. He has taken a back seat. He is riding in the back seat of the car and letting Luka Doncic drive, and he is letting Austin Reeves sit shotgun while he is just taking it on his own to just be in the back seat and controlling the narrative around this, where, you know, for a large portion of the season, people were talking about he doesn't fit, you know, he doesn't match well with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, and it was evident on the court that there was not a good fit on this team between those three guys, between those three superstars. And you tip your cap to LeBron James for just figuring out that he does not have to be the guy every night anymore, and that's exactly why things are working. I mean, he is really instead of trying to carry the offense in himself, he's really shifted into more of a hybrid role on this team. I mean, he is a secondary playmaker. I mean, there's lots of times evident during these games now where LeBron has a wide open three-pointer and he's maybe not taking it and he's passing out for a better look. We all know LeBron James can hit those at a pretty efficient number, but it's not about getting his shots off. It's about finding the best shots for this team, and that's exactly what he's been doing. And, you know, to be fair, that's what LeBron James has done his entire career, but he's gotten a very bad rap into Laker fans just thinking that he's going to take the shot for himself and that's it. But LeBron James has always tried to get other people involved, and it's more evident than now, where he is taking the pressure off of himself and distributing it to guys like Luka and Austin Reeves. But LeBron James has figured out a way to play around Luka and not trying to play or trying to be above him or be the guy that's going to be taking control around Luka. That's not what it is. LeBron James has figured out a role where he can be dominant and still play off of Luka and have Luka in the best spots as possible. Last year, when Luka Doncic came to the Lakers, you know, when LeBron James said, don't fit in, fit out, it was still LeBron James's team. Now, this year, it has been completely Luka Doncic's team, and it took a while for LeBron James to really figure out where he can fit in. You know, obviously, he's still used to being the guy where he has the ball in his hands, but now he's playing more off-ball at this point, and it's been amazing to see what success the Lakers have had off of it, because their rotations are a lot cleaner now. I mean, they're not just scrambling, they're cleanly rotating, where they're covering guys, and it's not as apparent, not as awful. I mean, you looked at these games at the beginning of the season and they were just leaving guys wide open now. And, you know, obviously the defense is not perfect, but they have gone a lot better in terms of closing out on rotations. I mean, they're not scrambling anymore. And, you know, on offense, this has led to easier scoring opportunities. And also, LeBron James, he's also getting his off of fast break opportunities. LeBron is leading the league in fast break points. I mean, that's incredible for a guy that's 41 years old. So he's picking his spots, and he's not trying to push the envelope in terms of getting his, and that's worked wonders for the league. And you got to give Coach JJ Redick a lot of credit into making this wheel or this engine kind of play into different parts. When Luka Doncic goes to the bench, it's now LeBron James's responsibility. He's kind of leading that, not the second unit per se, but he's kind of leading that after the first 6 minutes, that unit that's in there in the first quarter. He's leading that unit now, and he's able to control the offense there, and it's been great. I mean, like the pick and roll numbers have been great. LeBron is still attacking downhill. He's kicking out and creating shots for other guys. It's been something for the Lakers to just grow off of, instead of it being a detriment to them like it was back at the beginning of the season. And his efficiency has been really good over this last 15 game stretch. I mean, let's look at the numbers here. He's averaging 22 to 25 points per game. His field goal percentage is really high. He's averaging 7 to 9 assists a game. And where it stands out is that it's not just with Luka on the bench. It's with Luka on the floor now. And they're able to have success with each other. And LeBron James is letting Austin Reeves also take a lot of the spotlight as well. And there's games where Austin Reeves doesn't have it, and LeBron James kind of has to pick up the pace a little bit where he's the second banana, but he's also letting Austin Reeves become that second banana. And the more you have that, the team is just going to flow better. So I give a lot of credit to LeBron James figuring out his role within this team, and hopefully it can carry into the postseason. And I think it can. I think the Lakers have brought themselves into a scenario now where the Lakers kind of control their own destiny in terms of locking up that number 3 seed as long as they take care of business, and they have figured out ways to win ball games and it being in a cohesive fashion, and LeBron James has a lot of credit for that. I mean, he is definitely a floor general on this team, and it is very, very beautiful to watch. So with the Lakers' recent success, it has also brought Luka Doncic a massive, massive haul of success in terms of a hot streak in these games, and he has placed himself firmly into second place into the MVP race of the NBA season so far. So all throughout the season, Luka was already leading the league in scoring, but during the last 15 games, let's read off some of these numbers here. Luka Doncic is averaging 36.2 points per game. He is averaging 8.2 rebounds per game, and he is averaging 7.4 assists per game. That is incredible numbers. That is MVP type of numbers. I mean, that only reminds me of what Kobe Bryant did back in 2006, 2007, where he had a week of 50-point games, and I think there was a couple 16-point games in there as well. And that week also happened to be in the month of March in 2007. Let's look back at Kobe Bryant's historic month of March of 2007, or I guess a week, you would say, through March 16th through March 23rd. Kobe Bryant's 4-game 50-plus point streak. First on March 16th was versus the Trailblazers, where he had 65 points in a win. Then on March 18th, 2007, against the Timberwolves, Kobe had 50 in a win, 109-102. Then on March 22nd, against the Grizzlies, Kobe had 60 points in a 121-119 victory. And then on March 23rd, against the Hornets, Kobe had 50 in a win, 111-107, which is crazy to think about. I mean, the Lakers, during that stretch, they needed all of Kobe's points during that stretch to even have victories. I remember before that, too. The Lakers are coming off a 7-game losing streak. So the Lakers, I mean, they desperately needed Kobe to score. So things are a little bit different. Currently, the Lakers do not need Luka Doncic to average almost 50 to win, right? I mean, they're good at where they're at. We have other pieces where we can pick up. But there's a lot of similarities there. I mean, like the shooting percentage, where, I mean, these guys, both Kobe and Luka, I mean, they could catch fire at any moment during the game, and it feels like the defense cannot stop any one of those guys. And it's very similar when you watch these two go out and perform. I mean, you watch Luka Doncic out there sometimes when he's on a tear, and it just reminds you of what Kobe Bryant used to do in a Lakers uniform, and it just throws you back into a time warp where Kobe Bryant was, you know, the man on the Lakers, and man, that was my childhood right there. That was my childhood. But just seeing Luka Doncic do it in a Lakers uniform is just beautiful to watch. The point of what I'm trying to make is that, you know, both Kobe and Luka, all proficient scorers, and it is helping their teams get victories right now. And for Luka, it is bringing him closer into the MVP race, in which he hasn't been really all season long. And now before the season started, we all wanted Luka to have an MVP type season, and for a while it looked like it wasn't happening. But now Luka's hot streak, his efficiency has brought him back into the fold, and you never know. Obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is at the top of the MVP race, but anything can happen. And man, how great would it be for Luka Doncic to win MVP this season for the Lakers? It would be amazing to see. But going down to the final stretch of the season, can Luka continue his hot streak? Can the Lakers continue to gel right before the playoffs start? And so, also, what is it going to take for the Lakers to wrap up the third seed in the West? Now, looking at the games here, the Lakers definitely have some winnable games going down to the stretch of the season, but not all of them are going to be easy wins. Coming up on tomorrow, Friday night, the Lakers they're back home, finally, after a 6-game roadie. They're going to be playing the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, that should be definitely a win. And then they play at home Monday against the Washington Wizards. So, again, 2 easy wins right there. That nobody's denying that. But then, next week, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we have the Oklahoma City Thunder on Tuesday and Thursday. And then Sunday, we have the Dallas Mavericks. That's a win right there, hopefully. But that's going to be in Dallas. So you never know when you're playing on the road. No matter how good the Lakers have been playing on the road, you just don't know. But, yeah, those 2 games against the Cavaliers and the Thunder, that's not easy right there. I mean, obviously, you're talking about the Thunder, the number 1 team in the NBA. And so that's definitely going to be something where the Lakers... Also, I forgot to mention, that's on the road. So, again, a very, very tough game for the Lakers right there. And then we got the Thunder after the Mavericks again, but we're going to be playing back at home. So if I'm the Lakers, you want to split at least one of those 2 games with the Thunder. Obviously that one at home will be much, much necessary for the Lakers to win. But then after that, you got the Warriors. The Warriors are still kind of in the playoff mix. They're going to be looking to win. You have the Suns, who are very much in the playoff mix, who are going to be looking for a win. And then you close out the regular season with the Utah Jazz. And so you got some winnable games here, but it's not going to be easy. And for the Lakers, let's look at this here. So, if I'm just estimating here, you got a win against the Brooklyn Nets. You have a win against the Washington Wizards. Tuesday, you got the Cavaliers. The Lakers should go out there and win that game. So that's another 3 wins right there. That'll take you to 50 wins. Then, you got the Thunder on the road. We're gonna say that's a loss, right? That's 1 loss right there. Then you got the Mavericks. That's another win. You get to 51 wins. You want to split that series between the Thunder. You get to 52 wins. You can't lose both, and so you get to 52 wins. And in between the Warriors and the Suns, you want to split one of those as well. I mean, obviously, it'd be great if we could win out, but realistically thinking, okay, you want to split one of those between the Warriors and the Suns. And so I would say maybe you drop one to the Warriors, and then you beat the Suns, who are closer into the standings with you. And so what is that, three losses right there, and you're going 6-3. I mean, honestly, that's kind of ideal. Obviously it would be great if we could win out, or if you want to go 7-2, man, that would be even better. But 6-3 would be the goal there. Anything above that would be the cherry on top. But you do not want to fall anything less than 6-3 to close out the season, because that's going to put you in jeopardy of not getting that 3rd seed. And I think a 6-3 record should close it out to lock up that 3rd seed, considering we do have the tiebreakers for all these teams that are behind us. Okay, on to some quick Rams news here. The Rams will be opening up their 2026 season in Melbourne, Australia, against the rival San Francisco 49ers. The game will be taking place on Friday, September 11th, 2026. But since there's a time zone difference, the game will be played Thursday night. So September 10th, the game will be played. It'll be the first game of the regular season for the Rams and the 49ers. Different way to kick off the regular season. I know it's kind of unique, pretty cool, for it to be a Friday morning game over there for it being a Thursday night game in which we're going to watch it. But yeah, the Rams are going to be kicking off their regular season against the 49ers in Melbourne, Australia, against the San Francisco 49ers. All right, last but not least, it is opening day for the Dodgers. Man, the offseason has felt like a cup of coffee, hasn't it? I mean, you go to Starbucks, you get your coffee, and that's what the offseason has felt like for fans. I mean, that's what happens when your team goes deep into the World Series. They just get the shortest offseason, but, we'll take it because we are back-to-back World Series champions, and we are looking to three-peat, something that hasn't been done in a very, very long time since I believe the New York Yankees have done it in the 90s. But the Dodgers, that is their quest, and that all starts today. Opening day for the Dodgers. We play the Arizona Diamondbacks, and for Dodger fans, I want to pose a question for you right here. What is some of your favorite opening day memories, maybe opening week memories for you being a Dodger fan? I remember a lot of those battles with the San Francisco Giants and Bumgarner, their pitcher, against Kershaw. A lot of those classic battles. But I'm posing the question to a lot of those old heads out there. What are some of your favorite memories as opening day for the Dodgers is upon us, and what kind of memories does that bring back to you? And as it is opening day for the Dodgers, that means we're going to be playing a game here. And let's see what kind of rotations Dave Roberts has in store for us this week. The opening day roster, let's talk about that. There's only there's only one two-way players on this team, and that is Shohei Ohtani, as he will be pitching and he will be hitting as well. But starting pitchers, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, Emmett Sheehan, and Justin Robleski. Right-hand relievers will be Edwin Diaz, Blake Trinan, Ben Casprius, Will Klein, and Edgardo Henriquez. Left-handed relievers will be Tanner Scott, Alex Vesia, and Jack Dreyer. Good to see Alex Vesia back. Our catchers will be Will Smith, Dalton Rushing. Our infielders will be Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, Miguel Rojas, Santiago Espinal, and Alex Freeland. And our outfielders will be Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pages, Kyle Tucker. I still can't believe Kyle Tucker's on this team, and Alex Call. What do you guys think about this opening day roster here? And through the 40-man roster, who do you think is going to be in and out throughout the season here? But all right, as opening night is upon us, let's see what the Dodgers can do against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We get our rings tomorrow night, which is going to be a great, very, very beautiful ceremony for the Dodgers. And let's see what the Dodgers can do to opening up the 2026 season and on our way to a three-peat. But yeah, all right, guys. That's going to do it for today's podcast. I want to thank you guys for continuing to listen in and continuing to support. Like I said before, you guys can find us on all of our social medias at Lace 'em Up Sports. Continue to hit subscribe on those channels as well. And we'll see you guys next week as we go forward into the NBA season, the last few weeks of the NBA season, and we talk about what the Dodgers have been doing to start the regular season. So until then, we'll see you guys.